Good afternoon, everyone. To Sir Pimentel and to you, all my classmates. This is my report, the Sustainable Development Goals. This new international strategy laid out the blueprint for any development programs designed in the coming years and urges states to allocate the required resources for implementing the SDGs and to foster public-private collaboration initiatives. The ultimate purpose of this agenda is getting countries to realistically start tackling the crucial challenges that humanity faces, guaranteeing equal opportunities for everyone without risking the planet's sustainability. The 17 goals were defined in 2015 by 193 member states after more than 2 years of public consultations, negotiations between countries, and meetings with the third sector, and place a special focus on the means of implementation to ensure that they can be realized, linking them integrally with the agreement of the Addis Ababa Action Agenda for the financing of development. The UN 2030 Agenda, together with the results of the Paris Agreement on Climate Change, have been the basic roadmaps based on which European Commission has defined the European Union's challenges for the 2030 horizon, which aim to contribute to building a better world and developing a global framework for international cooperation in sustainability matters, addressing all economic, social, environmental, and governance dimensions. 1. One of the 17 SDGs, or Sustainable Development Goals. The first, end poverty in all its forms everywhere. And for example, by promoting financial inclusion through activities and education centers that focus on initiatives such as microfinance. 2. End hunger, achieve food security and improve nutrition, and promote sustainable agriculture by, among other measures, supporting small farmers, offering them financial support. 3. Ensure a healthy life and promoting well-being for all at all ages. This goal can be achieved, for example, by financing biomedicine and health research projects through scholarships and grants. 4. Ensuring inclusive and equitable quality education and promote lifelong learning opportunities for all. Example of this, the BBVA grants scholarships to people who would otherwise not have access to education and collaborates with academic entities. 5. Achieve gender equality and empower all women and girls by tearing down the barriers that prevent greater diversity in positions of responsibility or providing employee training to raise awareness about unconscious biases. 6. Ensure the availability and sustainable management of water and sanitation for all. For example, laying out plans to curb and raise awareness about consumption or collaborating with companies developing innovative projects in this field. 7. Ensure access to affordable, reliable, sustainable, and modern energy for all, contributing to improve energy efficiency and promote the use of renewable energy by financing sustainable projects. 8. Promote sustained inclusive economic growth, full and productive employment, and decent work for all. This is something that BBVA, for example, promotes with its commitment to promote the involvement of its stakeholders in pursuing to this goal or by collaborating with vulnerable entrepreneurs. 9. Develop sustainable, resilient, and inclusive infrastructures, promote inclusive, sustainable industrialization, and encourage innovation. BBVA has pledged to mobilize up to 100 billion euros between 2018 and 2025 to fund sustainable projects including infrastructure and agribusiness initiatives. Reduce inequalities within and among countries by, for example, developing strategies that guide behavior in tax matters and that are aligned with the corporate principles of an entity. Make cities and human settlements safe, resilient, and sustainable by promoting the construction of buildings that comply with strict sustainability standards or developing campaigns that promote recycling. Ensure sustainable consumption and production patterns. Example of this, which BPA promotes by fostering a better management of environmental resources, energy savings, and collaboration with entities that contribute to reducing poverty levels. Take urgent actions to combat climate change and its impacts, something that BPA has specifically targeted or committed to by means of its Pledge 2025, which aims to achieve balance between sustainable energy and fossil fuel investments following a three-pronged approach: finance, manage, and involve. Conserve and sustainably use the oceans, seas, and marine resources to achieve sustainable development. This includes, among other measures, gradually reducing the use of plastic and promoting academic research into its impact on the ecosystem. 15. Protect, restore, and promote sustainable use of terrestrial ecosystems, sustainably manage forests, combat desertification, and halt reverse land degradation and halt biodiversity loss. BBVA Forests is an initiative that BBVA has launched to recover and improve especially unprotected areas by sponsoring and promoting volunteering activities. 16. Promote just, peaceful, and inclusive societies for sustainable development. Facilitate access to justice for all, and create effective, accountable, and inclusive institutions at all levels. BBVA has been working on developing a sustainable banking and sustainable financing model for quite some time now. 17. Strengthen the means of implementation and revitalize the global partnership for sustainable development through, for example, strategic alliance with multicultural financial entities or launching initiatives related to the principles of responsible banking. Letter B. Can you provide examples of how these goals are implemented in different countries? In Costa Rica, they have climate action and biodiversity. It has emerged as leader in SDG 13, which is about climate action, and SDG 15, life on land. Bhutan, gross national happiness. Bhutan has adopted a unique approach to sustainable development by prioritizing gross national happiness over gross domestic product. Rwanda, poverty reduction and gender equality. Rwanda has made significant progress in implementing SDGs. Number 1, no poverty, and 5, gender equality. Singapore, sustainable urban development. Singapore, despite its limited land area, has excelled in implementing SDG 11, sustainable cities and communities. The country focuses on efficient urban planning, green infrastructure. Germany, renewable energy and climate mitigation. Germany is at the forefront of implementing SDGs 7 and 13, which are about affordable and clean energy and climate action, respectively. Bangladesh, empowering women and reducing poverty. Bangladesh is actively working towards SDG 1, no poverty, by focusing on empowering women and creating economic opportunities. Côte d'Ivory. Creating economic opportunities and reducing poverty in Côte d'Ivory. Honduras. Revitalizing culture and micro businesses. The SDG Fund supports the revitalization of the Linka culture and micro businesses led by women and youth in Honduras. Madagascar. Sustainable construction with 3D printed schools. Madagascar is using 3D printing technology to build schools, which is sustainable construction method that generates less waste than traditional construction processes. Let us see global examples of sustainable development. These examples highlight the diverse ways countries are implementing the SDGs. While each nation faces unique challenges, there are common themes emerging. Policy integration. Governments are integrating SDGs into national policies and development plans to ensure a holistic approach to sustainable development. Multi-stakeholder engagement. Collaboration among government agencies, civil society, and private sector and international organizations is crucial for successful implementation. Data collection and monitoring. Robust data collection and monitoring systems are essential for tracking progress and identifying gaps in sustainable development efforts. Capacity building. Investments in capacity building initiatives are crucial to equip institutions and workforces with the skills and knowledge, knowledge needed to improve SDGs effectively. Innovative financing. Exploring innovative financing mechanisms such as public private partnerships, impact investing, and international aid is essential to bridge the funding gap. D. Challenges and opportunities. Despite progress, significant challenges remain in achieving the SDGs. These include financing. Securing adequate funding for sustainable development initiatives remains a major obstacle. Inequality and social inclusion. Addressing inequality and promoting social inclusion are critical for ensuring that development benefits are distributed equitably. Political will and policy consistency. Sustained progress requires consistent policy implementation and political will, making it essential for government to remain committed to the SDGs. So, there are specific SDGs that are considered more challenging to implement than others. One is the 13 climate action, 14 life below water, 15 life on land, 16 peace, justice, and strong institutions, 17 partnerships for the goals. The current status of SDGs. The latest Global Sustainable Development Report 2023 indicates that only 12% of the SDGs are currently on track. The report describes the overall progress as stagnation in the face of multiple crises. The COVID-19 pandemic, the war in Ukraine, and the worsening climate crisis have all significantly impacted efforts to achieve the SDGs. The key areas of concern: ending hunger. The State of Food Security and Nutrition 2023 reports that 735 million people are suffering from hunger, and estimates suggest that this number will remain around 600 million in 2030. Climate action. Despite efforts, global greenhouse gas concentrations continue to increase, and the global average temperature is dangerously close to the 1.5 degrees Celsius limit set by the Paris Agreement. Inequality. The pandemic has exacerbated existing inequalities, with the poorest countries and communities disproportionately affected. Education. The pandemic has caused a major disruption to education, with an estimated 101 million children and youth falling below the minimum reading proficiency level. positive developments. Political commitment. The 2023 SDG Summit resulted in a political declaration reaffirming commitment to the 2023 agenda. Increased development assistance. Global development assistance reached a new high in 2020 due to pandemic aid. Progress in global partnerships. The SDG Summit saw progress in global partnerships with increased foreign investment and remittances. Conclusion. The SDGs are facing challenges, but they remain a vital framework for achieving a more sustainable and equitable future. The next few years will be critical for accelerating progress and ensuring that the goals are not lost in the face of global crisis. A renewed commitment to international cooperation, increased funding, and transformative actions are essential to achieve a sustainable future for all. And this are my resources. And this so far is the end of my report.